Coming up on UT 10 News in HD, students had a chance to look below the surface.
And we'll also follow some people on campus who came to play.
Plus, Jessica Bovia takes a look at how Rocket Hockey has scored this season. Your News in 10 Minutes starts now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ashley Karsten.
And I'm Anastasia Ellis. The UT community had a chance to experience Chinese culture through an enlightening celebration. Students, faculty, and staff learned more about China's greatest philosopher, Confucius. On February 16th, the Confucius Institute teamed up with the Initiative for Religious Understanding to bring an expert to the Student Union. Dr. Wai-Ming Tu says students need to focus more on understanding.
They could extend their horizon and develop their self-understanding by listening deeply to some of the major messages of Confucius.
Next year's Eastern Religious Thought Lecture will be on Taoism. UT medical students are performing to save lives. They showed off their talents last Friday at the Center for Performing Arts. The med students sang, danced, played instruments, and held a fashion show. The goal was to raise money for Alliance for Pair Donations, a nonprofit organization created by Dr. Reese, a UT professor. The show coordinator, Jessica Chang, says it was a huge success.
We actually sold out. We were selling tickets at a suggested donation of $5 each, so we definitely exceeded our goal.
The talent show raised over $1,500 for paired kidney donations.
The Center for Performing Arts had a busy weekend. It was also the setting for a play dealing with a troubled society. Mark Singer took a closer look at the show.
The Hot House is a play about people imprisoned in a system of bureaucracy where creativity, diversity, and individuality are frowned upon, and violence is the main way to keep peace.
I mean, it's bizarre at a lot of points, but also hysterical at others.
Guest artist and director Hetty Kim talked about the impact Hot House has on the audience.
I think this play is giving you the chance to think about, the society that you don't want to live in.
If you would like to see the Hot House, there are 3 more performances this weekend, Friday and Saturday at 7:30 and Sunday at 2 o'clock. For UT 10 News, I'm Mark Singer.
Tickets for the Hot House play are $9 for students, $11 for faculty, staff, and alumni, and $13 for general admission. You may have seen some very interesting people on campus the past few days. Greg Wichard takes us behind the costumes.
This past week in the 26th annual Bashcon was held at the Student Union. Over 1,200 people showed up to enjoy 3 days of face-to-face gaming. This event was focused on many different competitions and contests, including a video game tournament and a best costume prize. While you would think Santa was home recovering from the holidays, he showed up with over 200 games to share.
There's a lot of games here that there's a little bit of strategy, a little bit of luck. The rules are usually pretty straightforward. Also, the games, while competitive, are not eliminations.
Some students took an active role in Bashcon by dressing up as zombies.
I think it brings a sense of fun, honestly. With all the schoolwork and how stressed everything gets, it's nice to just sit down, relax, enjoy a game or two.
Vendors were selling everything from games to samurai swords. The 27th annual Bashcon will be held the 3rd weekend of next February. For UT 10 News, I'm Greg Wichard.
Some student organizations are feeling a bit cramped.
Reporter Jasmine Nielsen looked into who is getting the space.
There are currently 256 student organizations at the University of Toledo, but only 43 of them have office space in the student union. Active organizations first have to register for an office, then those with the most members are granted space, but there is no guarantee to how much space each organization will receive.
There are 3 rooms, and 2 of those rooms have either 9 or 10 organizations in them, and the 3rd room has 3 additional organizations in it.
Newer organizations are typically the ones sharing offices.
If they continue to grow, or they become larger, or they don't necessarily need the office space for actual office activities, then they're a good fit for the shared office spaces.
If there is a larger organization applying for an office, smaller organizations could get kicked out of the building. For UT 10 News, I'm Jasmine Nielsen.
Jasmine gave us the administration's perspective on the issue, and now we want to hear from you.
If you're involved in a student organization, let us know if you're feeling cramped. Go to ut10news.com to answer our poll on our homepage.
Stick around, we'll be back with Jessica Bovia and your Rocket Sports right after this.
As a university, we offer students a broad education that helps them become contributing members of society. From inside the classroom to outside in the community, we teach students real-life skills such as teamwork, critical thinking, and effective communication. Here, we create some of the best thinkers and leaders of our future.
To learn more, visit utmatters.com.
All right, welcome back. I'm Jessica Bovia, and this is your UT10 Sports. UT men's basketball played in a bracket buster game against Eastern Illinois at Savage Arena. But it was another sad Saturday for the Rockets basketball team as they shot under 40% for the game. Both teams came in having lost 8 straight games. The Rockets held their own through most of the first half after a layup by Delano Deers left them trailing by 1. During halftime, sophomore football player Eric Page was honored as the National Kickoff Returner of the Year by the College Football Performance Awards. Now onto the second half. The Panthers decide to brush off their mad skills with a slam dunk by number 10, putting the Rockets down by 10. Toledo took close to 33 pointers in the game and only dropped in 9 of them. Eastern Illinois would win 75-58. Coach Todd Kowalczyk says the men still have a long way to go.
Anybody that says that we didn't compete tonight would be crazy. I mean, anybody that thinks that or says that is dead wrong. Our guys played hard. We're just not a very good team right now.
Well, from one arena to the next, the Rocket Club hockey team hit the ice for some fun before the competition. The team held an open skate benefit on Saturday before their last conference game. The event raised money for the Big Brothers Big Sisters of Northwest Ohio. After the benefit, the Raiders were still right state, but maybe not in the right state of mind. The Rockets came out strong with Scott Girardi scoring their first goal only 11 minutes into the game. After a Raiders goal in the beginning of the second period, UT came right back as Lopez makes the score 3-1. And the Rockets just continued to build their momentum as Lopez slaps in his second goal of the game. But just when you thought the embarrassment was over, Rocket Justin Phillips scores the last goal, trampling the Raiders with his final score of 8-1. The Rockets hope to continue their success as they skate ahead to the playoffs.
Heading into the playoffs, I think we're the 4th or 5th seed, so we can make it to the finals from there. We can win it all. No doubt, we got the momentum now with the big win today.
And with spring right around the corner, I had the chance to catch up with Rockets baseball team already warming up for their season, despite the cold weather. UT's 2011 baseball season has out-of-the-park expectations. The pressure is on with the annual preseason poll picking the squad to finish second in the MAC, behind previous champions Kent State. With the return of 21 letter winners, the team is loaded with veterans who have placed second in the MAC tournament the past 2 years.
The #1 goal is to win a MAC championship and get that #1, and we missed that by 1 game last year.
Although their expected potential is high, the team will be taking it 1 game at a time.
Our goal as a team is to be a better team at the end of the year than we are at the beginning. And if we accomplish that, we feel like we've done some good things. Obviously we want to be on top.
The Rockets' first conference game will be at Kent State on March 25th.
Thanks, Jessica. I, for one, am looking forward to baseball season because that means warmer weather. Well, that's it for UT10 News. For the latest breaking news from campus, check out our website, ut10news.com.
And remember, you can always watch our award-winning newscasts on YouTube and Facebook, where you can get caught up on all of your campus news whenever you want. For Anastasia Ellis, Jessica Bovia, and all of our crew, I'm Ashley Karsten. Have a great week and stay tuned for more news from the UT campus.